Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. It's from the dirt, it's from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that still 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the frenzy. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused. Yeah, it's classic with the classic codes. And I got another great live show for y'all once again. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Classic.
Yes, Lord. 333 to everybody in the chat. Make sure you do everything you can to support the channel off rip. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and make sure you active in the comments, even if you catch it on the rewatch, because we got to have a conversation so we could crack these codes, man. It's a must.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But yeah, man, we doing sports today, man. So this going to be broadcasting on Twitch and on both YouTube channels, the Classic Codes and Classic Code Sports. So if you haven't already tapped in with Classic Code Sports, my sports YouTube channel, make sure you go over there and tap the subscribe button. We about to turn up the pressure walking into the football season with this channel as well. Shout out to Soft Rain in the chat 333 early. Forgive me, y'all. Just cleaned up my mustache. But look, what up? Hey, what's going on with you? Genu Soldier. What up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome, chat 333 in the building early. Everybody dropped them 333. Show that love. But yeah, man. So today we're going to be talking about, we got a reaction video talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. We got the reaction to Shedeur Sanders' first game. We got a question of the day surrounding that. We got a code language conversation. And then we have another question of the day in the boxing world. So we're going to be doing a lot of sports talk today. So everybody that's interested in hearing sports talk or whatever, you know, we're going to tie it all in and make a big picture as well. But yeah. All right, what's going on? But yeah, man. All right, y'all. So moving into the first segment of the show, we're going to do the reaction video, Sha'Carri Richardson. With Sha'Carri Richardson and her domestic situation in the airport with her fellow track athlete boyfriend, Christian Coleman. Let's see here. My bad, chat. Getting it pulled in for you. Something been going on with StreamYard today, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is, chat. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, so I got the video muted just in case there's any copyright issues. But Sha'Carri is clearly upset about something in this situation. This was my first time really, like today was my first time really looking into this situation. I had seen things about it, but I really didn't click on it. And but I see it's picking up some steam and some conversation across the web. So I figured I would touch on this situation. But just seeing, we talk about, we try to defend against certain stereotypes and things like that. And then, all too many times you can find examples that kind of are in alignment with the stereotypes and things. And so it makes it difficult to be defensive. You know what I mean? But obviously, completely uncalled for, a lack of emotional regulation, a lack of emotional maturity. Now, we don't know what she's upset about. But if the roles were reversed and it was the gentleman being aggressive in this situation, if the roles were reversed and it was the gentleman being aggressive in the situation, just understand how it would be looked at. 333 Miles Bachelor in the chat. What's going on? What's going on, Miles?
Classic.
But yeah, so I mean, if it was the guy doing that, they would say no matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what, he should never, do that. That's what will be stated. I see that it's picking up steam that a lot of women are going forth and saying, they feel the same. They feel like in that situation, she shouldn't be doing that, and that it was completely uncalled for as well. So shout out to the women that are on the side of what's right and not being biased for the sake of like the sisterhood and no shit like that.
Classic.
I'm proud of y'all because at the end of the day, you got to handle whatever the situation is like civilized adults. And then especially in public, you know what I mean? And then especially being public figures or well-known people, you got to know at some point it's going to leak out, the footage going to come out. It's too much to gain for people that have access to this footage, even if it's the airport cameras. It's too much, to gain profit-wise for these people to keep this footage to themselves. If you would happen to be sitting at terminal whatever and you recording this happen and you find out who that is later on and you still got that on your phone, you know what I mean? The first one to ask for it, with the right number, they're going to get it. You know what I mean? You're going to send that right over. You're going to WeTransfer that right over. Miles Bachelor said, I watch her footage as a fan of the sport, but her professionalism sucks. Not a fan. Okay, so let me ask you, Miles, are you a fan of your athletes being a little more like dulled down, not outwardly boastful? Like did people like Muhammad Ali get on your nerves, for example? Like, was he too much for you as far as like how brash he was and all of that? Or do you feel like it's purely unprofessionalism, or is it the way that she exhibits her confidence, I guess is what I'm asking you, that turns you off about her? Because you said you watch her footage as a fan of the sport, but her professionalism sucks. You're not a fan. I don't know how many. I mean, other than her getting caught with the little smoke situation where she has some substances in her blood, from that ganja. Aside from that, when was she unprofessional? I mean, it's not a professional situation, it's a public situation, but she wasn't at the track, doing this. So what other situation was she unprofessional in, Miles? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be her defense attorney. I just genuinely don't know any other situation where you could call her unprofessional. I mean, she's confident, and she's a showman or showwoman. You know what I mean? On the track, she gonna make sure she put on a show. She gonna be flashy with the way she look or the way she run or the way she finished the race and all of that. She gonna do something to, be seen. Not only am I winning first place, but I'm doing it with style. I don't really see that don't really turn me off. We different on that one. No big deal. We allowed to be, but yeah, I don't see Sha'Carri as unprofessional. Not for real. Sha'Carri, I'm sorry. He said she's the face of track and field. She got to do better on and off the field. Okay. Tough crowd.
Classic.
Tough crowd. I mean, I guess we can agree, right? Perfect timing to say something like that. But aside from, like I said, up until this, aside from the situation where they had found the smoke in her bloodstream, and you know that disqualified her from running. Was at the Olympics or wherever, that she couldn't run. Aside from that, she been good. She been winning races. She been competing well. I haven't seen her in the news for nothing crazy. So I don't know. I feel like you've been a little hard on her, Miles. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you've been a little tough on her. I'm not gonna say she the face of track and field either. I ain't gonna say that either. I would say more so Noah Lyles than her, as far as just the face of track and field, not putting a gender on it. But even if you switch over to women's track and field, I don't know. It's some other women that still got names in the game. Some other women still got, because Gabby, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then don't start talking about the Jamaican sisters. So I don't know. There's some competition out there for the face of track and field. That's a healthy debate that I think we could have if I wasn't so equipped to talk football today. But I just wanted to touch on that as a reaction, just to get warmed up, break the ice or whatever, give my 2 cents on it. I think her behavior is uncalled for. You know, I think it's, you know, in those situations, I could be harsh and say, hey, you know, he should have pressed charges. He should have did this and that, because he didn't press charges. She did, you know, get her slap on the wrist or whatever. I believe she out. But because she was in the airport, it may be a situation where she got to deal with, you know, charges coming from elsewhere aside from him. So it ain't always just up to him. It's about where you get into it too. So hopefully she come out of this situation relatively unscathed, and she can, you know, she go through this experience and grow from it. And then that means she didn't go through something for nothing. It'll just be another experience that she got to put behind her, and she become a better person for it, type vibe. Soft Rain said, if she felt comfortable crashing out in the airport in public, it makes me question what has gone down behind closed doors. See, naturally, it don't even come to my mind to think into their business, but you know, leave it to a woman to come on in the conversation and dig a little deeper. I ain't even think about that. I ain't even think about what could be happening behind closed doors. My mind naturally didn't even go there. Yeah, maybe it's not her first time shoulder checking them. We could speculate. Everything is alleged, all for content creation purposes and entertainment. I mean, maybe it's not her first, because the way she put her shoulder into his chest, she had good leverage on it. She used her being shorter and used that leverage to really get some momentum. Because you see the way he hit that wall, he didn't hit that wall soft. So maybe that wasn't her first shoulder check. Maybe it wasn't. We could speculate. She said, and how he kind of dismissed it like he's used to it. I see. That's the thing. When I watched it, I was thinking more so like, he trying to play it cool in public, like, and not make a scene. That's kind of how I saw it. Like he was trying to stay away from making a scene. I don't know. Maybe you're right though. You got a different POV than me. I didn't think about that. Like he was used to it. Y'all think he was moving like he was used to it, chat? Y'all got me ready to pull this shit back up. Hold on, chat. Was he moving like she just tripping again? Hold on, chat. Let's see, chat. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I'm looking at it. Sorry for the silence, but I'm just watching it close. I'm trying to see if Soft Rain got a point. She said he kind of dismissed it like he used to it. I thought he was trying to keep it cool. Looking at it now, she said he gave her grace though. Oh yeah, because listen, after the shoulder check into the wall, allegedly all for content creation purposes, she could have definitely been taking a nap after that shoulder check into the wall. But lawfully too. You wouldn't have did a moment in jail for defending yourself. Yep. He definitely wouldn't hit back if he's smart. Yeah. Yeah, it's not in his best interest socially, but in the eyes of the law, he would not have been a criminal. When she shoulder checked him like that and he hit that wall like that, if he'd have came back with a straight right or whatever his punch of preference was, because her hands was down, she wasn't ready for a counter. So if she shoulder checked him into that wall and he came off that wall, he hit that wall and came off that wall with whatever he liked. If he wanted to come underneath with an uppercut, or if he wanted to come straight down the line, or if he wanted to bring it around the corner and come with a hook, whatever it was, he would have been well within his lawful rights to do so, for sure. On camera. So the fact that he didn't do it, he definitely extended grace and mercy upon that queen, because she's a small lady, and that's a strong dude. You know what I mean? Soft Rain said, the circle said, here we go again. The fact that he was walking in circles, I just think he didn't want to sit down at the terminal while she was still tweaking, because it looked like they close to their terminal, or, you know, they gate where they supposed to be posted up at before they get on the flight, because they still got their carry-ons. They don't look like they on their way to the baggage claim. They look like they pulling up to go somewhere. That's what it looked. So him circling, I'm thinking he don't want to go sit down at the terminal while she's still tweaking. That's what I'm thinking. Cortez in the building. What's going on? Chat 333 early. What's happening?
Classic.
Soft Rain said when they walked in that circle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking he trying not to go sit down while she tripping. Like he trying to let her blow it off and then they can go sit down. Dang. Hey, how y'all seeing this, chat? I need a tiebreaker. We disagreeing on how we seeing this. Soft Rain thinks he moving like he kind of used to this conduct from her. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing him like we in public. Like that's the energy I'm seeing. Like we in public. Like chill. Like you doing a lot right now. That's what I'm getting from it. What y'all think, chat? That's kind of hold on. Here you go. Here you go. So I'm gonna quarterback this thing. Okay. So she in his ear. She letting him know exactly how she feels. You know not to play with me. And you know not to play with me. Woo, woo, woo. She telling him he coming, you tweaking. We at the airport. You doing too much. It ain't even all that what you talking. No, what you mean it ain't all that what you talking about? What you mean? Shoulder checking. No, it ain't all. I'll show you. Okay, not all what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not funny. Look, then she come back. She come back. She's still in his ear. He come on, man. Come on. You tweaking right now. We listen, you don't listen. We in the airport, like you bugging, like, yo, let's she I don't care nothing about this airport or none of that. You see what I'm saying? Woo, you know, Christopher, you know what I'm saying? Woo. She in his ear, she walking him down. Yeah. I don't know. I thought he was trying to play it cool. What y'all think, chat? What y'all think? My bad for the commentary, man. I can't play the audio. You know what I mean? I don't want no smoke. But yeah, it's a tough situation all the way around. You hate to see couples get to a situation where their temperaments are that high to where they feel like any of that needs to occur on either side from either party in any situation. So, you know, we gonna pray for those people. You know what I'm saying? We gonna pray for those people. You hear me?
Classic.
On my soundboard. She said, I see your view too. Yeah. But you know what? It's one of them things like you a woman, I'm a guy. We seeing the body language is different. That's all. Both of us could be right. We don't know. Only they know for sure. That's one thing that's for sure. Miles Batcher said the man looks like a victim to me. Well, no, he definitely was a victim of assault.
Classic.
He definitely was. And he decided not to press charges. And we look at him like a good guy for that. Now, if it was one of our sisters or one of our daughters or one of our aunties, we would encourage them to press charges. But when it's a man, we we celebrate him when he decides, man, I'm not gonna press charges on her. That's a female, Debo.
Classic.
And I don't know if that's healthy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, I just don't know if that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But that's all we got on the reaction for Sha'Carri putting her hands on her boot thing. All right, we moving in. It's time to talk about Shedeur, man. It's time to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, first NFL action last night. Cleveland Browns wearing that number 12 like his mentor Brady. You know what I mean? Wearing that 1-2.
Classic.
And Shedeur showed up, man, a lot. Before I get into any footage or anything like that, and we go through just like some of the footage that I found that we could use for this video, before we even get into that, during the week there was a narrative being built about Shedeur being potentially set up for failure. They say, well, you know, he's not getting a ton of reps, and all of a sudden now he's just thrust into the starting position. You know, when you're an athlete and you compete at a high level, to whatever degree that means to you, you gain a certain understanding of how much of sports is mentality, right? And people display what type of mentality they had when they were athletes, even if we're at ages where you guys are no longer doing things athletic. I have to say you guys because I am still an athlete. I believe once an athlete, you should stay an athlete. I don't believe in letting go. But that's a different conversation. But what I'm saying is people show like what type of mentality they have based on the way they look at stuff like this. If I'm Shedeur, I was potentially supposed to be a top 10 pick, and I end up going in the 5th round for reasons that we won't discuss, right? Buck breaking. So I go in the 5th. The owner of my team says, I didn't want Shedeur. The coaches told me they want him. We took him. You number 4 on the depth chart. You number 4 on the depth chart. You went in the 5th round. You're supposed to go top 10. Hell, at this point, you like getting thrust into the starting spot. I'm actually being blessed with an opportunity.
Classic.
Somehow the narrative was built. Somehow this narrative was built that somehow he was being thrown to the wolves. I'm top 10 pick talent, and you sending me out to go play some half-ass, some semi-scrimmage ball against the other team's 2s and 3s, and somehow I'm being thrown to the wolves because you putting me, I'm a top 10 pick talent, and you putting me out here to go against 2s and 3s, and somehow I'm being set up to fail. You insult me.
Classic.
Thrown to the wolves, I saw it completely different. You putting a top 10 pick out there with his 2s and 3s against the defense's 2s and 3s. He finna make it's gonna be honey baked ham.
Classic.
Shedeur's gonna go out there and carve shit up the way an NFL starter should carve up the other team's 2s and 3s.
Classic.
So what? So I don't understand when they played with this narrative that somehow, you know, if he goes out there and plays bad, it's because they sent him out there with limited reps and his backups. He's using his backups against the other team's backups, but he is starter level talent. So how on earth did you guys go for the narrative that he was being set up to fail? I don't get it. We've seen high-level quarterbacks with 2 and 3 level receivers make them look good against 1s. So why did you feel that Shedeur was ever being set up to fail? Stupid. That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Okay. So let's talk about how the day actually went. Yeah. Let's talk about how the day actually went. You feel me? Since he was set up to fail. He don't look like he set up to fail to me. Look at him. Look at him. Left sleeve down like he from out west or something. This the only 12 I rock with, not the police. This the only 12 I rock with. Look at him. Get warm. That motherfucker got some zip on it, don't it? Got some zip on it, don't it, chat? 333 if y'all rock with Shedeur right now. 333 if y'all rock with Shedeur. Flood the chat with the threes, man. If y'all rooting for Shedeur to have success. I don't care if you like the Browns or not. If you a Shedeur, if you rocking with Shedeur, look at it. Put some zip on it. Phew. Darts. The boy throwing darts, chat. I'm gonna give y'all. We just gonna commentate. We gonna commentate this on the money. Now he can't catch. He's not ready. He's not ready for his moment. Shedeur ready. On the money. Yeah. Okay, he's not ready for his moment. We saw that in warm-ups. Here we go. Okay, on the money. I'm out of there. Move the chains. Move the chains, chat. No. We're gonna talk football. No, chat. Let's talk football. He's seen the pressure. Listen, they did a stunt. Hold on. Okay, listen. Let me slow this down, chat. Y'all didn't know I was ranked in my state for football. I ain't gonna talk about it. Don't worry about that. Hold on. Let me slow this down, chat. Hold on. They did a stunt. He had a man coming free off the edge. He seen it and got out of there immediately. 92 right here. Y'all see 9-2? This a stunt. He ain't start right here. Hold on. Go back. Watch this. Hold on. That's slow it. Look. He coming. He looping around. His line ain't picked that up. They ill-equipped for this. 9-2 coming free. Shedeur seen coming free. I got to get to the edge. And now I ain't even fast like that. I'm out of there. He took a bad angle. Now what's happening? They in man coverage. DBs got their backs turned. You see what I'm saying? I can go get everything I need. Coach. Head safe. You hear what I'm saying? Come on, G. This high-level football being played. Stop playing with me. This is a top 10 pick out here with against 2s and 3s on the defensive side. This how this shit's supposed to look, man. Let's go. Run the tape, coach. Get down. Listen. Here we go. We're not going for that. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. I got to get my rhythm. But look at the elusiveness. Listen, D, you a third string DN, G. You're not supposed to sack me, G. Get from around me. I'm gone. Let me see something. Look at that. On the money. He can get that down a little bit. That's a little hot. He can get that down a little bit. The right type of linebacker will ruin his career trying to catch that motherfucker right there. Don't let me be playing strong safety and you put that hot like that. If you put that high like that and John Lynch at strong safety or Ed Reed or somebody that's really cracking, he gonna tell you, hey man, I got through that one safe, but get that down for me. Don't throw that high like that. Because we are ruining everything you thought you had going on for you and your family if that ball come in high like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like that, when he got to go get that like that, it's a safety that saw the film and knew that was coming, and he gonna get there right when the ball get there, and that's when you see that whiplash. You understand me? But that's a good throw though, good completion. Watch out. Let me get rid of it. It ain't always gonna look cute, chat. Let me get rid of it though. Let's not lose these yards. Get outside this tackle box and get this thing out of here. All right, here we go. Get down, big fella. Let me make sure you're safe. Yeah. Hit the tight end. Easy. Come on. Okay. We just throwing that away. Smart football. Oh! Huh, chat? No. Set up for failure. Nigga, these the 2s and the 3s I'm playing against. How you set me up for failure? Hold on. Roll out, get my feet set, and put some zip on it. Slow it down. Hold on. Slow it down. Hold on, chat. Slow it down. Here we go. Who's the only person that got a chance to catch this ball? It's 3 of them. He out of position technically. He not really in the play unless he's some superior athlete. But folks right here covering the receiver, and he on him. He's on him. In the NFL, this is you know what I'm saying? This is what open, this about open as you gonna get. Listen, against somebody worth talking about. He done stretched out to close up the gap to where the ball need to have perfect trajectory. You understand me, chat? And it's on a rope. 6. Count it. Stop playing with Shedeur, man. Stop playing with Shedeur. Oh, the chat going crazy. The chat going crazy. My fault, y'all. I done got off.
Classic.
Y'all be buying the bullshit, man. I told y'all I got the magic glasses on, man. I see everything for what it is. You're going to put him out there talking about, yeah, I have a fear. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Everybody who worth talking about. I have a fear. I have a fear that Shedeur Sanders could be getting set up for failure. Everybody who worth talking about. Shedeur Sanders, he could be being potentially thrown to the wolves. Man, boy. This film look like Colorado, chat. This shit look like Rado. Hit that man, come on, dog. Look at him. Poise. Huh. Ain't no pressure on a rope. Look at the window, chat. Pew. 6 on. Listen to it. Look. Perfect. Look at this. Shit. Yeah, chat.
Classic.
Yeah. Shout out to my dog Souls of Thought and my dog Uncle Plug. When they did their top 10 NFL quarterbacks, I said I got Shedeur at number 10, and I'm not bullshit. That's what I told him. He said, "Come on, man." And I think Souls of Thought said something. "Come on, man." I'm coming to all y'all comments too. He said, "Come on, man. Be serious. We having a serious conversation." I was dead serious. I was dead serious. Look at him. Come on, chat. Ain't nothing. We saw that. This shit look like Rado. It look like Colorado, dog. Roll the tape, coach. Coach, run the tape. Give me that. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get rid of it. Bing. Easy work. I see the pressure coming. Don't worry about that. Give me these. I'm gonna put my shoulder down. I need all 10. Hold on, chat. Is that a diva? In the preseason, you lowering your shoulder? Is that a diva lowering their shoulder in the preseason, chat? Huh? Is that a prima donna right there, chat? Come on, man. Ugh. Hold on, get rid of it. Get off me. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. All right. Oh, God, let's go. 6. Huh? Stop it, chat. What's going on? 6. Give me those. Stop playing with me. Rolling out. Come on, folks. Man, he look like, man, come on, man. Man, he look like in his 3rd season. Look at him, comfortable. Huh. Look at that. Stop it. Cut the tape. Let's talk. Let's go to these comments. Cut the tape. Come on, man.
Classic.
How dare they? What we talking about, chat? 333. What's going on?
Classic.
Yes, Lord. Soft rain 333. What's happening?
Classic.
All right, what we talking about, chat? I had to give y'all the commentary, man. All right. Miles Bachelor, simple. This is normal behavior for Cleveland. Steeler fan, by the way. Okay, shout out to the Steelers. If I wasn't a Cowboys fan, you're one of the potential, teams that I would be rooting for, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the Steelers. I like y'all personality. I like it. I like the Steelers, man. Shout out to y'all.
Classic.
Man. I'm gonna let you slide. I'm cool with some Steelers fans, man. Soft Rain said, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and drop those 3s in the comments.
Classic.
Come on, man. Shout out to Soft Rain. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel too. Conversations with Soft Rain. Miles Bachelor said, we shall see. I'm all I'm saying. Wait. What's that? What energy is that? What is that? What you mean we shall see, Miles? You don't believe? Miles, you don't believe? Do we have a situation? Not yet. Oh, Miles, you in the wrong place today, dog.
Natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out. He go crash out.
Listen, Miles, we all gonna have our day. I make too many hours of content for all of us to agree all the time. We all gonna have our day. Brother Miles is one of the most faithful members of Chat 333. But right now you are tweaking. Shedeur Sanders been successful at every level of football he has played at. Shedeur Sanders, that's a brand name. Like Pepsi, it's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. Okay? What you need to see? What do you need to see, bro? Nah, let's go. Roll the tape, coach. Let's just let the tape talk. This how we get. This what we do in football. We let the tape talk. We just let the tape talk. Let's come on. What you need? What you need, Miles? Get off me. Get off me. I need all of them too. Move the chains, and I'm safe. Career decision. Get off me. Look at him. Watch him get down like a veteran. I'm not taking no hits. Get this out. No. You cannot sack me. You're a third string DB. DN. No. Bad throw. Okay. We all do it. Switch the ball hand. Good ball security. Switch the ball hand. Y'all don't see the details. Little high, but good pitch. Good pitch. I don't like how high that is, but good pitch. Get off me. Elusive. Get off me. I'm gonna get rid of that. Look. Decision making on point. What you need to see, Miles? Tell me not yet. I'm finna crash out. Hold on. Put a dime. Put a dime in the machine if you need 6. Yeah. No. See, that's in Doc. See, nope. They taught us to hate on each other. Jay Woo, what up going on? What's going on, Jay Woo?
Classic.
What's going on with it? He says, zippity doo-dah, zippity day. Shedeur Sanders is here to stay. Oh, God. Say it again.
Classic.
Yeah. What he talking about? Not yet. I'm finna crash out. He said Stephen A get paid to talk spit. Well, Stephen A get paid for propaganda, but that's allegedly all for content creation purposes and entertainment, just speculation, allegedly, everything alleged. Miles Bachelor said, they in my division, it's law to hate the other team. Listen to me. What you and your division got going on ain't got nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders.
Classic.
Okay? I understand you and the Browns got natural born beef. I get that. If Mr. McBride was in here right now, he'd be putting bird emojis and talking about the Eagles and shit. So I get it, brother. But this conversation is bigger than the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers rivalry. We talking about Shedeur Sanders.
Classic.
Sir. You saw what they did. You saw what they did, Miles. Shit. We could have, as content creators, we've been irresponsible. That should have been the second biggest thing to talk about next to Colin Kaepernick's knee and being blackballed. It's the second biggest thing, but everybody wants to keep their channel, including me. But being somebody who could have skill-wise, stats-wise, film-wise, been a top 10 pick to slide to the 5th round, come on, chat. Y'all know what that is.
Classic.
And then listen, they'll feed you such a crazy narrative and then perpetuate the narrative to the point where you actually believe he not that good. And then when you see him perform well, it's like lightweight surprising. Or you say something like, not yet. Don't let these people fool you. He is one of the best. Top 2 best quarterbacks in this draft. Nothing changed when they drafted him different. Nothing about reality changed. That's what I'm saying. Y'all will let them rewrite reality for you right in front of your face. These people will play right in your face. Come on, dog. This shit the film looked like Colorado. He's just throwing that motherfucker around. Who open? Who open? Get off me. Who open? Huh. He said, I wish the best bench time for Sanders. Oh, you just a full-blown hater.
Classic.
You showing your hand. Hold Flacco's clipboard. Oh, you don't want to. So you don't. So is this what you Pittsburgh Steelers fans do? Somebody stand up for the Steelers if it's another Steelers fan here. Is this what you Pittsburgh Steelers fans do? You come in my chat and you ask to play against the less than the best so that you can get victories. You want Shedeur to ride the bench so you don't have to deal with him on the field. Is that how you Pittsburgh Steelers fans want to win?
Classic.
I'm a Cowboys fan, and I ain't praying for Jalen Hurts to be unavailable if we see the Eagles in the playoffs. We want them at full strength.
Classic.
Is this what y'all do? He talking about it wasn't against the Colts. Not convinced. LOL. Okay. You got that hate in your blood. You got that hate in your blood.
I'm only gonna do this once.
We're gonna let him slide. He got a built-in rivalry chat. We're gonna let him slide. He's trying to stay true to the black and yellow. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. We get it. We get it. Backsided compliments. No, I see exactly what you're doing. You know what's going on. Yeah, that film looked too good to you, Miles. You said, shit, I don't want him picking my secondary apart like that. The film looked scary to you, didn't it?
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, they on the Steelers' ass this year because Shedeur gonna start. Maybe. But let's move off of the Shedeur's first reaction. Let's get into the question of the day. Question of the day. What if Shedeur doesn't remain a Brown? Let's talk about it, chat. What if he does not remain a Cleveland Brown? It's a real thing. It's a realistic thing, chat. Everybody that's into the sports, type in. Everybody that's still with me, 333 in the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We got a special promotion on the like button. It is zero charge.
Classic.
Heavy on the like button. I need y'all to lean on that joint. But check it out. What if Shedeur doesn't remain a Cleveland Brown? Understand, right now, currently, they had him 4th on the depth chart before this performance. In front of him, Joe Flacco, who's number 1 on the depth chart. Kenny Pickett, number 2. Dylan Gabriel, who is a 3rd-round draft pick. And Shedeur is 4th, who was a 5th-round draft pick. Now, Gabriel dealing with a hamstring, I think. And Pickett dealing with something, ain't he? And then, obviously, Flacco just old. So you would think, oh, well, shit, they just going to move Shedeur up. But that's not the business. See, this is business, too. In the words of Jay-Z, politics as usual. Yeah, so it's business. You understand? So there is a scenario that exists where Shedeur performing well in the preseason creates a value in the trade market for him. You understand me? Or he could traditionally just be cut. We spent the 3rd-round draft pick on Dylan. We done spent too much money on Joe. He the one right now. He the one. And then Pickett got a little hamstring, but we really want a veteran backup. We don't want to have to use Gabriel. And then there's Shedeur just kind of on the roster type shit. So understand with the business, there's a realistic scenario where Shedeur Sanders may not end up being a Brown. Now listen, y'all just heard I got deep reverence for the boy's skills and the way he get down on the field. You understand? Y'all know where I want him to end up. He already from Texas, ain't he? And I ain't talking about the Texans. They got a young boy named Stroud over there. You know what I'm talking about, that blue stock.
Classic.
Huh? Him and Dakota, mobility levels and kind of how the system is designed, and this I can see him going over there getting some tutelage from Dakota Prescott and going ahead and stepping into that role.
Classic.
Yeah. I want him to be a Cowboy. I've been saying it. Dion and Jerry, they close. They tight. They done played a couple holes of golf. You know what I'm saying? I need him in Texas.
Classic.
If something go down and Shedeur ain't a Brown, I need him in Texas. Don't leave when I talk this Cowboy shit. Don't leave. I need him in Texas. Yeah.
Classic.
Huh? It's gonna hit different. I can see Dion sliding over there to Dallas, becoming offensive coordinator or something. maybe even head coach, knowing how Prime get down.
Classic.
I'm just hypothetically speaking. Now, Miles, I do have a Steelers fan in here. Miles, he said he will move up. KP might get the axe. You think Pickett gonna get the axe? What's Pickett contract? Somebody look it up for me in the chat. What's Kenny Pickett contract? He said, I hear the ice cream man. What you mean you hear the ice cream man? What you mean? What that mean? Listen to me. Miles, I got good news for you, though. Being a Steelers fan, we're going to talk about this objectively. I had to show love to my Cowboys first, but let's talk about this objectively. I got news for you, Miles. There's a scenario. The Pittsburgh quarterback situation is weird as hell. And Shedeur damn near costs free right now. He damn near free to pay for. You understand me? Pittsburgh done went and got old-ass A-Rod, old-ass Russell Wilsons. Do y'all still got my boy from the Bears? Fields? Y'all still got Fields or no? I don't know what y'all did with him. It's a situation where they could bring Shedeur over there to Pittsburgh in a trade deal, with the Browns for not much at all in a trade deal and putting behind A-Rod to learn for a year and go ahead and start him next year. Shit, if he's sitting behind, you already got Russell Wilson to sit behind A-Rod. So that's going to be your backup for sure. Shedeur could just learn behind them two for a season, and then y'all go ahead and put him out there and watch him get better year by year and just roll. It's a situation where he could be in Pittsburgh. Jay Wu said if he doesn't remain a Brown, wherever he goes, he going to bring value like a diamond in the rough, just needs to be cleaned and polished. Yeah, for sure. All you got to do is put him on the field.
Classic.
Shedeur could ball, man. All they got to do is put him on the field. I think him going in the 5th round was a blessing in disguise, and I knew it off rip because I said, shit, normally when you go super high in the draft, you go to a trash team, generally speaking, a fairly trash team. So even if you come out ready, guns blazing, you might not have all the weapons you need to even be successful like that. You understand what I'm saying? By him going in the 5th, he could damn near, like I say, if he end up not being a Brown, which will probably be in his best interest, not going to hold you. You feel me? He need to go somewhere pass heavy. For real. He that type of player. He want to throw the ball around. He need to go somewhere pass heavy where he could check down if he needs to. And he you know what I'm saying? He's under Brady. He a mentee of Brady. You feel me? He want to get rid of the ball quick anyway. He know he ain't got the wheels to be running no 4-6 away from these linebackers running 4-3s now and shit. You understand me? The game played above the shoulders, man. So I'm just saying, if he end up not being a Brown, he could end up in a situation on a decent team, even if he got to be a backup for a year or two. Like if he went to the Cowboys, realistically, he might have to sit 2 years behind Dak Prescott. But man, listen, that's worth it. That's worth it. Look how Aaron Rodgers turned out. Sitting behind Brett Favre, and then when he finally came, and then Jordan Love, all right. He had some bumps in the road. He got a receiving core that seemed to have some voodoo on them. Them boys stay hurt. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan Love, all right, after sitting behind A-Rod. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Miles Baxter said, Aaron and Howard, fracture hand. Oh, yeah. Y'all need him. Y'all need Shedeur. But I wouldn't be mad seeing Shedeur end up anywhere on a team with a potential to play and the potential to win. I think he's that good. I think Shedeur is that good. I think like how CJ Stroud got all them weapons out there in Houston when them boys was healthy. When he had all them weapons out there in Houston when them boys was healthy, that boy looked immaculate because he could really ball. But when your studs go down, the separation between a star 1 and a decent 2, it's a nice little gap right there. There is, because cornerbacks are good, defensive schemes are getting great. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little gap. And so sometimes, quarterbacks and the way the system is set up, they can't get away with going out there with a bunch of their tools because everybody hurt. You know what I mean? Everybody always want to know what's in the juice. Jay Wu said, what's that you drinking? Today I made my strawberry lemonade concoction. I don't know if I'm gonna get that recipe out exactly, but it's juiced strawberries, lemon. It's a combination of strawberries, lemons, and apples. That's all I'm gonna give, and a couple more things. But yeah, it's my strawberry lemonade concoction. But I'm thinking about monetizing that because I drink that shit like 4 times a week. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't want to give away the whole recipe right here. But yeah, it's healthy. It ain't nothing crazy in the jar. It's super healthy. Miles Bachelor said we gotta face Travis tonight. Oh yeah, you got problems on your hands. You know how that's gonna look. He got points to prove. A player that good with points to prove, you know how it's gonna, y'all just out there to be on tape. It is what it is. 333 J Woo. What up, man? Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, if Shedeur doesn't end up being a Brown, where would y'all want to see him go? Tell me that before we get off this question of the day in the chat. Where would y'all want to see him go if he don't end up being a Brown? I gotta know. And then we moving into the other question of the day. Get y'all okay. Miles said Pittsburgh. Obviously, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I wanna see him in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You know where I want to see him. I'm cool with it. However his career's supposed to go, I'm cool with that shit happening in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I like to see Shedeur in Dallas as our number 1 quarterback for 7 to 10 years. You feel me? With the way he approached the game, he has a playing style where he could have a long career. You know what I'm saying? Not having a high level of like impact, not taking a lot of weird hits and stuff like that. And then even with him not relying on mobility when he does, because it's 100% injury sport, right? So when he does get hurt, he can come back and still play his game. You know what I mean? Because it's not predicated upon mobility, where it's like an example, because his career is over, so I'll use it as an example. But when Michael Vick was playing, if he sustained a heavy lower body injury to where he couldn't come back like even 70% as mobile as he was, it would change his whole entire game. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who never was relying on mobility in the first place. Dexter, what's going on?
Classic.
Dexter, welcome to the chat. Welcome to chat 333. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, stick with me, man. We the most consistent with the classic codes. My first time seeing you here. Welcome.
Classic.
He said the Saints. I ain't mad at that. Listen, I'm not no hater. I got my own best interest in mind, right? I would love to see him with the Cowboys, but I'm not a hater. Like, it's some teams that I still would enjoy watching him play for. Because I'm one of them people where, like, I only don't like your team if that's who we playing this week. You feel me? If you're a Carolina Panthers fan and we playing y'all this week, I ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? But if Carolina playing against, New England, I might be rooting for you, depending on, how the parlay set up. You feel me? I might have a jersey on next to you at the sports bar. Yeah, there. See it, depending on how the parlay set up. Hey, come on. Let's go, Bryce. You feel me? I ain't no hater. So I definitely could see him on the Saints. I could see him in Pittsburgh. I'm trying to see him in Dallas. But another destination where I think it wouldn't necessarily is, I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in the game for y'all. But they generally get some good pieces on offense and it just don't pan out. But I wouldn't be mad if he went out there to Arizona. Kyler Murray ain't seeming to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? He good for fantasy football on certain weeks and shit. But it seemed to be a little ceiling over his head as far as his ability, and level of success he's going to achieve as a starting quarterback in the NFL, if I'm being objective. And I like Kyler. But he ain't really getting over the hump, man. And he done had some years with some pretty potent offensive pieces, man. I'm just being real. I think you put Shedeur out there in Arizona and give him the keys, he might see the light. Only thing is, that's a tough-ass division. You see what I'm saying? Miami, nope. No, only reason I'm gonna disagree with you, Miles, because it's too sexy in Miami. It's too sexy in Miami, and Shedeur already got that aura. He got that glow. He get out there. The city. I ain't gonna say the city gonna swallow him up. Miami just got more distractions than a nigga need right now, bro. Miami just got more distractions than a nigga need right now. Listen, man, we all still human beings. You could be as locked in as you want, G. You living in Miami, bro. You live there, bro. You know what I'm saying? He already was pulling up, you know what I'm saying? However, Phantom Bentley, he already was having no. He ain't got no business. No, Miami is for athletes that have matured a little bit. Maybe your second, third contract, you slide out there to Miami when your head on your shoulders a little bit. Maybe you already made you a shorty or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. You don't just throw the rookie in Miami.
Classic.
Hell no, Miles. Hell no. Dexter said, I'm a Cowboys fan myself, and the Saints need a quarterback bad. Tyler Soft, though. Soft, not it. Who is Tyler? That's their quarterback? I'm telling y'all, G, it's so crazy how I'll be so nice with the fantasy football. It's so crazy how I be so nice with fantasy football because I swear I don't be keeping up with the offseason. I really don't keep up with the offseason. I lock in like the last 2 weeks before the fantasy draft. I lock in, and I got some really good channels that I follow, which on some hating shit I'm not going to name drop because y'all going to use the information against me. But I got some real good fantasy football channels that I follow, and I lock in with them and their perspectives. I tie my own perspectives to it, and I'm always competitive in both my fantasy football leagues. I'm actually thinking about starting a Classic Codes fantasy league. We could do it for free this first year just so we can establish some integrity and some principles about each other. What y'all think, chat? If y'all want to start a fantasy football league, maybe like 6 to 8 teams, drop a 333 in the chat. I'm serious too. I'm already a commissioner of 2 leagues, so we could really put it together. We could do it just for fun this year, or something like $5, some simple shit. Miles Bachelor said Tua's head is a ticking time bomb. That's why I said Miami. Yeah, they definitely need a solid backup in Miami, bro. But I don't want Shedeur out there, dog. I don't want him out there, dog. Listen, man, you seen the women in Miami, man? You know what I'm saying? They look like how them cyborg women they making in the lab. They look like how them finna look. Shit crazy out there, man. No, for real. And then they know how to talk to you too, to get everything that they want from you. Miami, no. I'm telling you right now, it's just hard to be focused, man. It really is. It really is. But yeah, man. All right, let's move on from this question of the day. What if Shedeur doesn't remain a Brown? All right, so the other question of the day before we get to the cold language conversation, how do you see Canelo versus Crawford? I like it. How do you see Canelo versus Crawford? I see both men having a path to victory. I'm gonna try to take this one slow. We'll put up some Crawford training footage while I talk about this. You know what I'm saying? I see some how do I want to start this conversation? All right. So how do I want to start this conversation? So I see both men having a path to victory, right? Like I do believe that Crawford has a couple of different game plans he could take on to beat Canelo. And I think Canelo has more than one way that he could beat Terrence Crawford. He does. I think a few things depend. And we have to see the fight happen, of course. But I think it depends. Let me say this. Who's the better boxer overall? Terrence Crawford. Between the two of them, Terrence Crawford is the better overall boxer. Certain variables, though. We haven't seen him fight at all at this weight. He himself has not fought at all at this weight. Sparring big dudes in the gym with 16s on, headgears. You know what I mean? You get an idea. It's not the same. Miles Bachelor said Bud's chin is too available and Canelo is a marksman. Okay, let's talk. I'm going to talk to you, chat. So you said his chin is too available and Canelo is a marksman. Sounds good. So Canelo hasn't had a knockout in his last 7 fights against lesser competition. I think we all can agree that Terrence Crawford is better than Edgar Berlanga. He's better than Jaime Munguia. He's better than Ryder. I would say he's better than Bivol, even though Bivol is damn good. Canelo hasn't had a knockout in his last 7 fights. And none of them are as good at the sport of boxing as Terrence Crawford. So that's a good starting point. I'll start right there. This fight isn't going to end in a knockout. Listen to me again. I know a lot of y'all do the parlays. A lot of y'all do the lays. This fight is not going to end in a knockout. It's not. Terrence is gonna give Canelo an appropriate level of respect with respect to his game plan and his desire to come out on top of the fight. So he's gonna give him enough respect to keep himself, appropriately cautious. However, he's going to be trying to win the fight. And with that being said, you're gonna take some risk. I don't think Terrence Crawford is preparing to avoid getting hit by Canelo Alvarez at all. Like, fighters don't think like civilians. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's more so going to get in there and see what the punches feel like and go from there. You know what I mean? As far as how aggressive he's going to be, what types of risk he's going to take, how he needs to measure his approach. I think he's more excited to see how the punches feel than he is afraid of how they're going to feel. Fighters don't think like civilians. Dexter said Crawford by decision. I see that. I can see that happening. That's the direction I'm leaning.
Classic.
Mal said 12 rounds. Who will be the busier fighter? I think that's going to be close. I think the punch stat's going to be close. Bud, being a naturally smaller man, fighting at a much heavier weight for the first time in a real fight, I think he's had one fight with 10-ounce gloves, which ain't no huge deal. They train in 16s, 18s, 20 sometimes, whatever. So that's not no huge deal. But in regards to Bud being busier than Canelo, Bud's not a super high output guy style wise. He's not known for throwing a gazillion punches. Canelo, damn sure, is economical with his punch output, to say the least. So I don't think you're gonna see a busy ass fight. I think you're gonna see a lot of moments, right? So this will be one of them fights where, it'll be positioning, some pawing. Canelo don't really use his jab a shit ton, but he'll shoot it early. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of distance finding. After that, he trying to figure out how to slide in and rip them hooks he loves so much. And then, turn them bitches into uppercuts here and there type shit. That's what Canelo, that's the type of timing he on. You feel me? He gonna come here, or he gonna come there. You know what I'm saying? And then he rarely come down here and heen. He rarely rip like that. So we know how Canelo coming, but is you gonna see a lot of posturing, positioning. Bud will be busier with the front hand. Bud's gonna out jab Canelo by a million. So you can't expect that, Miles. He's gonna win the jab battle for sure. However, when it comes to power punches, I think it's gonna be kind of even. And I might even give the edge to Canelo in power punch output, just because of the fact that he's not going to be jabbing a whole lot. You know what I mean? He's not. Canelo's path to victory ain't behind his jab. Let's be clear. Body shots, that's the thing. Bud go to the body more ways than Canelo do. And I think that's Bud's best way of slowing Canelo down. Canelo already not known for having no wild-ass gas tank. We already know that. So I think Bud going to be coming out stabbing to the body. And by him having a reach advantage, let's talk about it. By him having a reach advantage, he should be able to stab to the body all night long without getting countered, as long as he stay on his principles. That should be available to him. Even if it's getting parried here and there or whatever, he should be able to shoot that without, getting touched back. And then he could turn that into something, feint down there like he gonna stab. Canelo get tired of eating them body jabs and shit. He feint down there like he gonna stab, come upstairs with some shit. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Canelo's chin is ironclad, y'all. I done seen Gennady Golovkin hit Canelo with everything but a brick. My man head whipped around. He looked at Gennady, kept stepping to him. Now, we know that's when he was eating that mystery meat. You know what I'm saying? When he was testing positive for things. But still, man, his chin done stood up to everything. I don't see Bud stopping Canelo. Like, people like, yeah, I think Bud could win by stoppage. Bro, Bud not stopping Canelo. He not. And I'm the one who got ridiculed years before the Bud and Porter fight was ever even a thing. I got ridiculed by my boxing expert homies and shit. Like I didn't know what I was talking about when I said Bud was gonna stop Sean Porter if they ever fought. Years passed, the fight actually happened, and Bud stopped his ass. But listen, Bud not stopping Canelo, y'all. Get fucking real, chat. He not stopping Canelo. And if he do, I'll just come on here and be like, shit, I was wrong. Bud greater than even I gave him credit for. But I just seen Canelo stand. First off, Canelo defense ain't trash. His defense is not trash. Secondly, I think Bud is going to have to be measured and give Canelo a certain level of respect in the early rounds. And because of that, even if he get on the path of breaking Canelo down, I think he'll run out of time because of how he has to approach it from the get-go. To stop somebody like Canelo, even on the backside of his career, to stop somebody like that for the first time, you're going to have to start working on him early, going to the body early. And I'm talking about ripping shit too. The stabs is cool to take some gas out the tank, but you're going to have to be sliding in and really coming up underneath with some shit and really work on him. You know what I'm saying? To break him down. That's like punching on a slab of beef. Y'all seen when Rocky was in the meat freezer? Like punching on a, yeah, man, you're going to have to really like break that, man. You got to start early though. And he not going to be able to start early like that. Not with putting some, he going to be putting shit together, but the type of emphasis on the shots, I think he going to throw a few things to get some respect, but breaking them down from round like 2 on, no, I don't think Bud getting started in on that action that early to get a stoppage. Miles said, Bud definitely got the reach. What about resume? I mean, Canelo got a better resume, but you know, Bud's undefeated and Canelo's got questionable wins. Here's Landy Lara beat Canelo. I thought the Austin Trout fight was either a draw or a point for Austin Trout. He got some questionable wins on this shit. And then he got L's. So, I mean, who fought more of like elite level competition? Canelo, for sure. But that don't necessarily mean he the better fighter either. You know what I mean? He knows how to lose. Bud doesn't know how to lose. There's a couple of different blueprints to beating Canelo, and both blueprints, I think, still work. I don't think Canelo's added anything to his game to resolve the problems he would have if somebody came out and attempted to fight him with the same strategy as Floyd. If somebody could implement Floyd's strategy to a T, you could still use that recipe to beat Canelo. I don't think he solved those problems. And the Bivol strategy, keeping him on the outside, rocking in and out, being very, very heavy on feints and hitting him with shit respectable. Should he make any mistakes of opening up too wide? Because we know Canelo gonna open up. He gonna open up. He gonna open up. Bud know how to be sneaky with some short shit. You go to open up to throw that body hook and some shit hit you right on your chin. Short, sharp as hell, precise. And he moving out the way. I could see that shit happening. But is it gonna sleep Canelo? No. I think he eating that shit and he gonna get frustrated. Dude got a chin, folks. I'm sorry. Some of them Mexicanos, man, you can't knock them out, G. You could hit them with a chair. They gonna turn around like Terminator. You know what I'm saying? On God. But if Bud stop him, he stop him. Shit, depending on what the odds say, I'm gonna put 10 on a stoppage for Bud. Shit, depending on what the numbers say. Because if it happened, I'm definitely trying to capitalize. That's the society we in, amen. Hallelujah.
Classic.
But I just don't see it. Canelo's path to victory could be this. If he hit Bud with some hard shit to the body or even upstairs early enough in the fight to make Bud take a very reluctant approach, then Canelo could get a lot of rounds from Bud being low in activity due to being, cautious and getting rewarded rounds for being aggressive, walking forward, being aggressive, even if he throwing a bunch of hard ass shots that's getting caught on the gloves or caught by the elbows, or he move, as long as he ripping and touching something and it's just showing aggression, and Bud just like kind of touching, but not really able to sit on anything effective, then Canelo could be getting rewarded these rounds. If it go like that, you could see what some people would probably call a robbery. You know what I'm saying? In that situation. But Bud is superior to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo ain't stopped nobody in a while. I think his days of stopping motherfuckers is over, unless he go down to like C+ level fighters. I think his days of stopping people is over. And so I think we in for a good fight for both of these guys at this age and this stage in their career. I think we're going to get some decent action in spots, though, where there'll be some exchanges, because Bud is prone to fighting. Don't get it twisted. Terrence Bud Crawford is prone to fighting. So he going to open up a few times, you know, here and there, and they're going to get active. So we're going to have us some moments. But I think aside from that, it's going to be a lot of chess being played with feet and hands and feints and postures and, you know, all of that. I think it's going to be a lot of chess being played, and we'll have a lot of moments where they looking at each other and shit, and to the blind eye, you know, nothing's going on. So I think we're going to get a reasonable amount of that. Don't get it fucked up. Neither one of these guys want to fight at a fast pace. Neither one of them interested in fighting at a fast pace. So they're not finna get in there and just blitz. That shit not happen. But yeah, I got Bud by decision. If you're trying to make a safe ass bet, I got Bud by decision for sure. And if you're trying to get risky with it, I'll throw some bread on Bud by like a TKO. He not gonna spark him. So if you could bet specifically on a TKO, specifically like on a stoppage, you know what I'm saying? I will put a few dollars on that too. See if you could turn a quick little 50 into, you know what I mean, 250, 300, some shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's the question of the day. All right, we're going into the code language conversation. The underdog versus the underrated. So let's look up what comes up for a definition for underdog. Definition of underdog: a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or a contest. Again, definition for underdog: a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or a contest. Now let's look up underrated. Definition of underrated: not rated or valued highly enough. Definition of underrated: not rated or valued highly enough. Miles said, big fight for sure. I like Bud, but I could see an upset too. So that kind of leads into the code language, right? Because which one would be an upset? I think it would be an upset. Yeah, I'm with you, Miles, the way you said it. I think Bud is the favorite. From a boxing standpoint, I believe Bud is the favorite. I don't know if Vegas has him as the favorite. Let's check real quick. Shout out to everybody tapping in from Classic Code Sports, too. I still love y'all. The football season ramping up. I got a lot of content coming for y'all on Classic Code Sports. Shout out to everybody tapping in from our sports channel. Right now, we streaming live on the Classic Codes on Twitch, the Classic Codes on YouTube, and Classic Code Sports on YouTube. But let's check the odds on this fight right quick on Bud and Canelo. I wonder if any odds is up. I want to see what that is, because Miles said big fight for sure. I like Bud, but I can see an upset. I want to know if Vegas would see that as an upset, or is Canelo favored or no? Trying to find it. Boxing. Ray Ford fight on the 16th. That's what's happening. Canelo Crawford. Yeah, right now Canelo Alvarez is the favorite. He's the favorite. Odds is minus 190 for Canelo Alvarez just to flat out win the fight. And for Bud to just win the fight is plus 150. So you put 100 on Bud and you will win 150. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and then the odds of Canelo winning by decision, plus 120. The odds of him winning by knockout or TKO, plus 340. The odds of Bud winning by knockout, plus 850. So that's your play. For people that think that Terrence could win by knockout, plus 850 right now to put in a bet. You know what I'm saying? Now for Bud to win by decision, just plus 210. So that's what I'm saying. So right now, Canelo is actually the favorite. So Yeah, Mal said, wow. Yeah, so right now, Bud is technically the underdog, and he's being underrated. He's the underdog because he's being underrated. You see what I'm saying? Being underrated is not being valued highly enough. Being the underdog is seen to have little to no chance of winning. So they consider Bud the underdog because they underrate him. But this ain't even about Bud. This is just a simple code language in general. It can tie in with Shedeur as well. Shedeur is underrated. Being a 5th round draft pick, that's underrated. For his skills, that's an underrated draft pick. He should have been in the top 10. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Somebody in the top 10 needs his services. That's a fact. So, but looking at him as an underdog, that would be rooted in ignorance. He's not an underdog. He's not seen by me. He's not an underdog. Shedeur Sanders is not an underdog story. He's not seen to have little to no chance of winning or competing. I don't see him that way. I don't. So, but underrated, the NFL made it that way. They made it that way. And I think some people have to understand the difference too, because a lot of times people will call themselves, they'll be like, yeah, I've been the underdog my whole life, which by definition may be true. You may have been a person who is seen to have little of no chance of competing. But you got to understand that you could also be underrated as well. You could be seen as an underdog, right? But because of the work you put in, you know that they only see you that way because you're underrated. So I think in this code language, it's good for people to just identify the difference, use the terms accordingly. You know, we always going to discuss the terms and break them down, use the terms accordingly because it's important. You know what I mean? Sometimes like good coaches, they allow their team, they use these types of teachings to bring the best out of their teams when their team is seen on paper for whatever reason to not have a chance. And they let their teams know through some motivational message before the game or whatever the case may be, that just because people see you as not having a chance, we got to go out there and play. And they just like us. They men just like us. You know what I'm saying? Woo out the bam, they gas them up and let them know like, shit, this ain't, we got just as much shot as them. This shit starting 0-0. So, yeah, you just got to understand what position you in and why. And I think it'll help your psyche going forward on how to attack whatever it is you're trying to attack, for sure. But yeah, what y'all think about this? Have y'all ever been in a situation where you were seen as an underdog by way of being underrated? You actually were better, but you were seen to be, you know, have little chance. And you knew like, shit. You think I'll have a chance? Like, I'm really the favorite. But since y'all don't get it, you'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But you know what though? That's like some, you know, you get the last laugh type shit.
Classic.
Get the last laugh, man. You know, clout is a crazy thing because sometimes you have people that have so much clout, and them being the favorite versus the underdog is rooted in something superficial. It's rooted in something superficial. So whole time, you the one that got to have your best game or your best night to compete. But it's viewed the other way around. How do we even get to that situation, chat? How do those situations come about? Where somebody is better, but viewed as an underdog. Is it generally rooted in popularity or lack thereof? Somebody just got a name for whatever reasons. What y'all think about that, chat? Miles Bachelor said, can't help who creates the rating system, but an underdog can use that perception to an advantage, for sure. For sure, for sure. Absolutely. You can 100% use that to an advantage. Depending on what sport, what life situation, I think when you know that you're actually better, but you're underrated, and so you're viewed as an underdog, when you're in the know of it, but the rest of the world hasn't caught up, they don't see what you see or know what you know about yourself in whatever said situation, doesn't have to be sports. I think it's important to pick and choose your spots for it to be seen and shown that you understand that you are cut above. Timing is great in creating that advantage that you're talking about. He said, but an underdog can use that perception to an advantage. Timing is very important in creating that advantage that you're talking about. Shout out to Miles in the chat,
Classic.
Man. I know a lot of people got me in the Bluetooth today. I know y'all out moving around. I still appreciate y'all being tapped in with me. I need everybody heavy on that like button, though. Like, go crazy. Lean on the like button, for sure, for sure. But that's the code language conversation for today. Underdog versus underrated. I'll read both definitions again in closing. Underrated, not rated or valued highly enough. Underdog, a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or contest. So just, act accordingly. Now that we got the understanding, we got the breakdown. Sometimes we can use this in the way that we all, I think, are tasked at some point with being motivational or inspirational to somebody else. So just, think about these terms when you use them and how you want to use them to make sure you build somebody up, for sure, for sure. But that's the code language for today. All right, chat. We done ran through the whole script. We running this live stream again on Classic Code Sports. Make sure you tap in over there. It's also running on The Classic Codes on YouTube for both of those. And we also running on The Classic Codes on Twitch as well. So wherever you tapping in from, I appreciate you. And 333 to y'all. I do have time for chat Q&A today. So if anybody got a topic, don't have to be sports related, don't have to be related to anything we've talked about. But if anybody got a topic or a question or anything like that they want to bring to the table, you know what I mean? Let me know before the song is over and we'll tap in on it. Let's get it.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in prison. I only keep the people around that stood on.
What up, chat? What we doing?
And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the frenzy. They can't seem to get to me. They out of master discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long miles, I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I put in that time, put in work, I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine.
Talk to me, chat. What we doing?
Coach like sweat, city society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bag work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. Boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me.
Hey, all right, chat. Miles said, I need that song,
Classic.
bro. That's my light shit, Miles. That's my light shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my light shit. Hey man, we ain't got to worry about copyrights when we make our own music on this
Classic.
side. No strikes, you feel me? 0 strikes, yeah, man. But yeah, all right, we ain't got nothing for chat Q&A. It's all good. We gonna have a good day. I had some good ass Mediterranean. I had some good ass Greek salad before I came on here. I'm about to go finish that up. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I ain't even mad at y'all for not having. He said a t-shirt something. Oh, you said you need a t-shirt? What you mean? T-shirt something?
Classic.
Oh yeah. The merch store coming right back up. I took it down. I'm putting some chat 333 t-shirts together. Yeah, t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot. You know what I mean? Definitely. But yeah, we revamping some of the merch and stuff like that, and then we're gonna bring the website right back up. I'm definitely working on some other bigger items too, some other pieces with some. I'm just trying to figure out the inventory and how I want to do it. I may not be able to drop ship some of my ideas, so execution is everything. I want to get y'all good products. So, but yeah, man, I got you, dog. I got you. I appreciate you being interested.
Classic.
I appreciate you being interested, bro. But yeah, man, without further ado, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all in the comments so we can have a conversation, whether you agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes, man. And if y'all don't do nothing else, for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another classic, man.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether